Let's fight.
That's it. I've made up my mind. I'm with you to the end, no matter what.
Where's this coming from?
Before we got there, this guiding voice thing told me my duties were over. But what am I gonna do? Just go, okay, bye? Especially after we've come this far together? No. I'm going to face Luis with you, even if it is scary.
Even you've got to cope with anxiety, eh?
I realized something in our travels. Anxiety can lead people astray. But overcoming it makes a person stronger. There's always anxiety in the unknown. I know what it's like to be afraid of something I don't understand. That's why I think it's my duty to help people face and connect with their anxiety. Is that okay? From now on, it's not about orders. I'm with you, because I want to be.
I'll be counting on you as always.
Same here. Stick close to me.
Well, we're past the worst of it. But the problem remains. Luis's dark magic. We've seen it turn the boy into a monster. And no doubt he can do it again.
A forbidden spell, turning sane mortals into the fearsome human monsters. In other words, a destabilizing magic, turning a person's magla into a snarl beyond control. This man named Luis, he may have his own past in this ancient sanctum.
Luis has been here? What do you know of him?
What do you wish to know?
Who exactly?
Every time I heard of his doings in the wider world, I felt more and more sure that Luis is from this village. His knowledge of humans, his skills in magic, his grasp of darker arts, they're all beyond a mere soldier to begin with, however prodigious. As it happens, a name does occur. Among those old families who perished in the fire, there was one by the name of Caradrius, a family of doctors, I believe. In an effort to better heal the ills of the people, they had studied spells much like the ones he now exploits. The details are long since lost to the fire. But if Luis bears our legacy, that may be the reason for his vast knowledge.
Wait. What about Luis's ambition? The vision Rella saw? Do you think he actually wants to turn everyone in the kingdom into humans?
There is no known magic strong enough to turn many people at once, and none that can be cast.
Even if it was possible, I don't know what it would accomplish. But this is Luis we're talking about. Who knows what he's thinking?
What do you wish to know?
What is this forbid?
The essence of magic is in the control of Magla. However, just as its chaos, that was what you saw. He whipped your innate magic to a frenzy, and you were lost to melancholia. Just as the humans of the ancient war once were. In every age, the cause and effect are the same. People learn fear, become slaves to their anxiety.
Pardon me. You mean to say anxiety is the source of all...
Magla is a substance born of the heart, generated when one feels anxiety or fear. By certain means, it may be kindled into power. In this way, it is by virtue of the anxiety in our hearts that we gain the power to overcome it. Magic is a natural process, and anxiety is its invaluable, irreducible fuel. But in turn, those burdened with more anxiety and fear produce more and more Magla from that. Without the willpower to face your fear, the Magla overflows. Uncontrollable by magic, it can give rise to strange and terrible happenings as it manifests. With the world embroiled in chaos, these outbursts of swollen magic may be happening all across our kingdom.
Tis the answer to everything. The melancholia crystals. The beasts driven feral.
Hold on. If Luis's art is rooted in bringing out this chaos, then anyone might be next. He said he became a monster because he's elder, but that wasn't the complete story. If what you say is true...
Indeed. All people today are ultimately descendants of humankind. If Luis so chooses, he could turn anyone. Yet as long as you have the strength to confront your fears, even this transformation may be...
But if he would turn people into humans, if in the unlikely event that happens...
If there is any motive for such cruelty, it can only... If Luis is truly from this village, then their fire would have cost him everything. Such unjust tragedy could easily beget a thirst for revenge. Even if it meant wielding a magic that twisted life into something terrible, instead of uplifting it. Indeed, it seems the opposite of an archetype. A truly dark power.
Who goes there? Someone flees!
That's him. The malformed assassin who struck at the prince. He's bound for the woods.
After him! No.
Ready?
Stop!
You! So it was you behind the...
Indeed it was. I killed the prince, though he died all too easily. And the odd thing was... So I decided to bide my time a while and listen. And it's a good thing I did. Who are you? Are you the prince or not? Whatever your answer.
Do you have any idea what Luis is really scheming? If he becomes king...
If that is what Lord Luis so desires, then I...
It's almost impressive how blind your faith in him is.
I suppose it's just easier to follow instead of thinking for himself. He's forgotten anything.
What do you intend to do? The crown is too heavy a burden for your... Lord Luis is the true king, who will save the worthy. And you are nothing but a powerless imposter, only fit to be sacrificed.
He is no imposter, fiend. His Highness has finally taken his first steps on the road to... Here, at his journey's end, after enduring these countless hardships, he has become a true successor, a true ruler. Because he knows the people...
Well, imposter or not, it's all the same. And so I shall return the prince and his dying legacy to the underworld, where they belong.
Bastard! I wondered why you ran away. But it was all to lure us straight to this...
Keep your guard up. The melon...
We've come too far to be stopped by something like him. Let's put our power on full...
This guy shows up again just when we've unlocked some new power. Kinda feels... Okay, time for a new fight. Right. Take it down and then get after Zorba!
Maybe not. Let's work together!
On your guard!
Let's do this!
Be neither now accept your fate. Everyone, back up!
Now, to the fore!
Looks like we can't brute force through this one.
I call upon royal power within! Perhaps not. Withdrawing! General! This should help.
Thanks. I'm alive.
Quite a boon.
Is that all? Allies, together! Not this skill. With blade in hand! This won't into the fray for all that we strive for! No. To the rear guard! With blade in hand! Oh, mystic fire!
Let's stay calm. Let's go! You better be sure. Is there another way? Maybe not. Time for some close combat. To the rear guard. Hold, let's set it up! No. Forward! We'll do this together! Maybe there's a better... Freeze! Ha!
You think yourself face me! This should suffice.
That helps.
I owe you.
Thank you.
Time to go offensive. Are you prepared? Hack and slash.
Only a flesh wound. Join with me! Perhaps not this. To you!
I will fight with... Freeze! No. Let's set it up!
All right, let's go!
Scour! Let's push through!
The General's command may turn the tides of war. I'll use what I must. Everyone, back up!
Helpful as ever. Closing the distance. General! Ah!
Right on target. Nice one, Stroll.
I shall show you what true magic is. Allies, together! No, not this. They'll not break my defenses.
It's okay, we'll do this together! Charging in. Let's work together!
Fall!
Wind! Come on!
More apples? Quick, knock them off again.
Oh, power of kings! Magla gather! Commendable bearing.
Let's make an end of it.
We'll combine our strengths!
Be ready for anything.
Thanks!
Thank you.
My thanks.
Is everyone all right? Wizard! This won't do. Join with me! Perhaps not this. Moving to the front! To safer ground! I defer to you.
Let's stay calm. Vitus power! Maybe not. We'll do this together! Not this. Let's go! I'll cut through!
It regenerated the headwind. Here comes another round of wind attacks.
I'll use what I must. Fortifying.
That helps.
My thanks!
I'm obliged.
I can't afford to hold back. Hack and slash! Right control!
Observe to you.
It's okay. Lend me your strength.
Forward!
Scour! Alright, how's that?
Be neither timid nor arrogant. Forward! To the rear guard! Oh, power of kings! Then again, now accept your fate. Everyone, back up!
Help me recover.
More apples? Quick, knock them off again!
I see your game!
That's finesse! Beautiful dodge, Heisman!
A blunder!
To the fore! I call upon royal power within! I'll cut you down!
Is everyone for all that we strive for? I will protect you.
Quite a boon.
Let's stay calm. We'll do this together!
Look here!
Wind!
You hit their weakness!
Let us
That's
clean
your
up this
opening,
mess.
Captain!
General! Erupt! Good. Do not relent.
I shall rule the battlefield, General!
Right on target! Nice one, Skull!
Come! A mystic shield.
My thanks.
It's okay. We can do this. Forward! Prince! The blade's edge!
Be neither timid nor... General! No. Hidden art!
Let my power support you.
This should suffice.
That helped.
I owe you.
Trust me.
More apples? Quick, knock them off again!
That's all.
General! I'll cut you down!
Right on target! Nice one, Stroll!
Observe. Let justice prevail. I will protect you.
Much thanks.
I will fight with pride. Falling back. Time for some close combat. Prince! You better be sure. Let's set it up!
Let me help!
How's this? A tough one.
You think yourself equal to a Eugene such... I'll use what I must. Magla gather. A halfway decent result. Even I had...
I'm better and stronger. The bastard got a...
I say, you chaps boggle the mind. It's no mean feat to fight on...
I'd hoped as much. You may yet have the power to face Luis at his full strength.
It's good to see you're safe. We've certainly taken these powers a long way. Maybe but don't worry. At long last, the prince is safe. In a manner of speaking. Everything's going according to plan.
Still, what's our next move? The people think you a monster. We'll not find any public backing like this.
Alces once said that His Highness the Prince was a soul born into adversity. He is royalty and elder both, heir to the legacies of heaven and earth. When the day comes that His Highness may be revered as the good ruler he can be, then the world will truly be free of prejudice. And that, he said, is why we...
In his own words, huh? We have to fight for what he believed in. All the more reason we can't...
Right.
Come what may, my life is a shield raised in your highness's name. Are you prepared to fight Luis to the bitter end?
Of course.
Yes, that determination...
If he ends up king, he'll be sending all traitors to the gallows. Not just us, but any innocent folks he doesn't find.
Look, I'm never giving up hope either, okay? All we have to do is beat him, right?
That's about what it comes down to.
Yeah. It's not gonna be easy.
You... I'm still your mother. She loved your father, and you, with all her heart. The injustice that... But listen well. Once you leave this village, you cannot return. After all, an old crone like me can't take care of you forever. If you want to overcome your hardest challenge, the world's fate is in your hands. Please, put an end to the tragedies of humankind's fate.
Thank you.
Our final battle lies ahead. Yet, before all else, His Highness has only just awoken. Let us rest in the Gauntlet Runner for today, and advance.
It's a bit strange, isn't it? I was convinced we'd been together for a long time. The beginning of my journey may have been a false memory. But my journey with you and the memories we've made, well, guess I'm repeating myself. But I'm glad we're working together.
Likewise.
Yep. Though,
The mystical fair. Your tempered bond has become by the grace of her newfound...
We've got the path to tomorrow in front of us, and I'm gonna lead the way. When things get tough, remember this magic. By the way, the chiefess told me something about your novel. Apparently, I wonder what your parents wanted you to get from reading it. What they hoped for you, I guess. The part we're reading today is the last chapter. The last chapter is about the one who governs this utopia must have an unwavering will to maintain justice in this world. There are a new yet. as long as one lives by their ideals. Those who support a utopia is not the creation of a single mind. Or the last part sounds a little more metaphorical, However, even a utopia may one day fray at the edges, and its people may come to conflict over the question of what is a true utopia? What is a true ruler? So even the author of this book struggled with these questions. And if you become king, you'll have plenty of tough... Lady Gruaday mentioned the king was a real idealist when he first arrived at the village. But little by little, the pains of reality crushed his hope. And he even lost his son. In the end, his will was broken. He didn't with that in mind. I can honestly see why people would be drawn to Luis. His values are radical and cruel. But we can't lose either. For the sake of everyone who has believed in us along the way.
Right.
You've got the power to change the world. And that's what I'm going to help you with. That's my mission. My real mission.
I saw what happened. So, as far as I know, there is no record of your newly acquired archetype, an archetype whose existence was only theoretical, known to some scholars as the magic of true sovereignty. I once said that to be Elder was your inescapable fate. However, magic is a process by which we confront fate and tame anxiety, and archetypes are its essence. They are manifestations of a resolve. So then, what do you think is the foremost, most inescapable fate a person must bear?
The foremost fate? Not really sure, but... for me to be...
Indeed. It is birth that is inescapable. You cannot choose who you are born to, and once your familial place is determined, that fate cannot be changed. Yet by some strange tangle of destiny, you were given a choice that the very act of existence denies most people. Do you understand? You stand on the threshold of not as an unearned title of bloodline's chance, nor as a mere authority over people. You have taken control of your life. You are ready to rule your very self. That is what it truly means to be a hero. And it is the crux of the power that is awakened within you. What glorious coincidence indeed, that I, as a scholar of...
Indeed, 'tis his...
Who? Yes, I swear I've heard it before, and I let it slip from my mind. Who are you? You with this voice that moves hearts. Speak. Who are you?
If it is answers you seek...
Are you?
As for you, move onward to thy final ordeal. Take thy
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Okay, all our preparations are just about set.
Now that this is...
All this royalty? It always felt they lived in a different world to the likes of me. Never figured I'd be walking alongside one myself.
'Tis proof that bloodline decides nothing. We are one people, living in a shared...
Looks like this is gonna be our last mission. Any final words you want to say?
We can't give up.
Of course. No way we're losing here. I've got the fire in me eyes now.
About the new stuff you've felt and learned since becoming the prince. Why is it that you want to be king? It's not about honor or power, is it?
I want to protect this country.
'Tis the answer I hoped for. As you're not...
Well, I guess this means we're ready as we're gonna be.
But isn't that... But isn't that...
Let us hurry.
Let's see. Let's see.
Let us hurry.
Ugh, come on. Ugh, come on.
This place here.
Let's move! Let's move!
You see?
Yeah.
After having made so many sacrifices, the group has gained new powers and ascertained new truths. Their arch-enemy, Luis, already has one hand on the throne. Even so, they march ever forward, spirits rekindled by battle. They head to Grand Trad, for the fight is far from over.
That Elden boy is nowhere to be found. I suppose it's only a matter of time until Luis takes the throne.
Speaking of which, I don't...
The voice of the pro-Luis faction became too overwhelming. He was up. Why is this happening? Even if the Sanctus Church's favor has collapsed, why?
The public mind is the same as it's always been. It's too difficult to find answers in themselves, so they follow those who provide. We've served.
It's always easier to follow than to have to make all the risks yourself. Now that we are out of ideas...
Can you imagine Luis on the throne? Can you imagine what he'd do with us? We'd be the first on the chopping block. Do we hide? Run? Our ships are in port.
Is this really the time for idle chit-chat?
Who are you?
Just a passing wastrel. Thought I'd drop in for a word since I was in the area. You might have one way to survive.
Well then.
Lord Luis, your pardon. We've encountered an unexpected... I killed the prince in the Elden village. I confirmed his death. Yet, it appears the boy candidate has...
Resurrected?
Yes. The boy candidate was the actual prince after all. Something about his soul having traveled independently. And the...
I see. So his ideal form was spun from... Whatever the case, this means the land's true prince has reawakened in his sanctum. How interesting. After these long years, my chase...
Lord Luis, what is it about that bastard that fascinates... Yeah, I won't let it end like this. I have to do better. I need more power. I will show Lord Luis I...
We'll soon be arriving at...
Excellent. As planned, increase altitude...
Are you certain? We'll be heading...
Rest assured. That old...
Understood.
Let the final banquet...
Come on, any takers? Any bets for the other candidates? Remember, if Luis loses, a silver...
What are you trying to say? You think Count Luis is going to lose?
Oh, no, of course not. I'll
call that bet. All in.
A Sanctus bigwig gambling away his tides? This really is the end of the world.
I mean, he's not really the prince, is he? Was actually a monster in disguise all along. Haven't you heard the news? The times we live in, I tell you.
Must be tough, being an easy mark. It didn't take much for you to buy everything, Louis. The fireworks went off the moment he said, "Behold." Remember? You don't think there's any chance Luis Orchid...
Oi, churchman! You've seen Count Luis?
An illusion, eh? What if I said it's a power... Always struck me as odd. We all know Luis, the mighty human slayer, but how does he keep finding the things one after another? Seems a bit convenient, if you ask me. Like he knows in advance where these monsters...
Easy to nitpick and gripe about him, isn't it, churchman? Maybe someone needs to shut you up.
All right. Let's keep things civil, eh? No sense become...
Oi! What's... Damn it! When Count Luis is king, you'll all be the first at the gallows!
Well, they're probably just as anxious as the rest of us. All that...
It's more than that. Pockets of society have resented the upper class for ages now, but this might be the spark that lights the kindling. Luis's respect for power is certainly cruel, but it's fair to an extent. Those of us pushing the status quo.
Even then, everyone's on edge. No?
Blind fanaticism and doom go hand in hand. If we don't find some common ground soon... Luis left saying that he'd be waiting at the royal capital. Only one place he could be. All eyes are on his sky. What are we about to see? Ah. Do you hear me, O King? This country, you and the other titled authorities decide who... The country knows no war only because our very core is built upon a system of societal predator and prey. It cannot be defied from within. Hand over the royal scepter. The game is over. The country needs change.
Thou impertinent faith breaker, hast thou no shame in preempting the...
Do you presume yourself a god? Is that why you wrought your face in stone and took it to the heavens? You're nothing. Just an ordinary...
How wouldst thou wield the king's magic?
To purify all that your kind have left to rot. You threw away your ideals, but I...
Only the people's chosen may take the throne. The royal scepter and its resting place remain beyond it.
This royal scepter, the royal magic. Did you think that only generation... Why someone can manipulate world-changing power by use of only a single scepter? Why only those supported by the people? Listen well, O King. The truth... Huh. So it's true. In other words, if I took hold of it now, then I would have the power to change the world itself.
How didst thou learn of it?
How?
Thou wert...
You were not always blind to this country's rot. When you visited our sanctum, I saw and knew the passion in your heart. And yet, what happened to our village? What happened to this country? You cannot stop me any longer. Nor can anyone else. Save one lone possibility.
Snatching victory from the maw of catastrophe, the party descends again on the royal capital, Gran Tran. But they are greeted only by ominous skies. Their return hardly counts as a triumph, considering how they departed. Anticipating conflict, the Gauntlet Runner comes to a quiet stop.
What the hell's wrong with the sky?
Isn't that... Ah! That's why the sky's grown so hellish. The half-dead bastard returns with his head held high.
A more aggressive welcome than I expected. Would any introductions help them to understand?
It's useless. Words are cheap. Still, we should walk with pride, instead of trying to keep our heads down.
True enough.
His Royal Highness, Luis, distorted his form through strange and...
Oi, if that's really His Highness, then tell us why isn't His Majesty in this...
Because he's an imposter! Just like Count Luis said! You're not...
Oi! Calm. And you! Never thought I'd see one of the Magnus brothers standing against Count Luis, even the thick one. He took in a Paripus like you, and you spit on him! Scum! Only thing traitors deserve is a tight rope and a stiff beam. And you want us to support the
Lady Juna, I can't believe this. I admired you. Why would you risk...
I don't intend on dying with anyone. Besides, I'm still...
Hey, you chief! Weren't you the wretch who got kicked out of the knighthood? Now you're... Mustari girl! You ungrateful pagan! Count Luis brought down the Sanctus Church for you!
What is all this? The truth of the prince hardly matters to them. Every one of them's only...
We'll have your heads on pike soon enough. Leave!
If they're just monsters, we can deal with them ourselves.
This is bad. They really are out for our blood.
Oi! Over! Don't bother with them! No talking this one out.
We weren't away from the city that long. What happened? Why are all the people so bloodthirsty now?
The prince turning into a monster before their eyes still lingers in their minds. After all, a monster entered into their society
No, that's...
I know. It's not true. But truth and how it appeared... Moreover, humans have been sighted closer than ever before. The Royal Cap... How fares your neighbor? Do you run in circles with monsters in disguise? Ever since Forden's death, Luis has everyone on a knife edge. He's erratic, and no...
So, at the core of it, people are scared witless, and they cling.
You well know that Luis cares not one whit about social status, especially as a token of birthright. No amount of wealth or standing can buy his protection. So even those who may have opposed him at first now counsel that condemning him...
Then we're stuffed. He won't save anyone, and oh yeah, he can create humans, by the way.
Oh, that's all true. This all said, in my humble opinion. Now, has the tournament for the throne truly ever been a fair contest? Before I met you people, I didn't have much to me but anger and quips. Yeah, I'd rant and snipe and have my cynical little discourse. Now maybe that outlook's our real enemy. Blind fanaticism, like I had. Even if there's no...
We've been told Magla is born from people's anxiety. Perhaps the proof is now before our eyes.
Kind of ironic, but we have to do something about it. If we don't, they'll never listen. We'll only ever be seen as an enemy.
I had the inn prepared. They won't let anyone in but you lot. Let's head there for now.
All right.
What now?